What's going on, Guardian? Sly here, and thanks for hanging out with me on another weekly reset guide. This reset is a special one because it'll be our first Rise of Iron Banner. The game type this week is Supremacy, and there are a couple of differences between last year's and this year's Iron Banner. I'll go over that in a separate video that'll be out later today, but first, let's check out everything new in the Destiny universe. Alright, well, let's get this party started, shall we? It is Tuesday, October 4th, and this is your Rise of Iron weekly reset guide. Hope everyone out there had an awesome Trials debut. The map totally sucked, and depending on your spawn, it was mostly a shotgun fest. But the loot drops were great, and the weapons and armor even greater. It was totally awesome to finally get to see all of the weapons and armor for the first time. Alright, well, we're going to start up here in orbit and check out all of the weeklies. First up, we're heading over to the Crucible and taking a look at the two playlists over here. Now remember, Iron Banner will replace one of these, and my bet is on Mayhem Rumble. So more than likely this afternoon, Mayhem Rumble will be gone and Iron Banner will be in its place. Next up, we have Freelance 6v6, one of my favorite playlists for hammering out some of the bounties. It's a solo queue only with a mix of Control, Clash, and Rift. Finally, with Trials over, Elimination is here to take its place until Osiris opens the games back up on Friday afternoon. Next, let's take a look at the strikes, and of course, we're starting off with Nightfall. For the modifiers, we have epic, heavily shielded, highly aggressive enemies that appear in great numbers. Following that, Juggler, no ammo drops for your equipped weapon. Next, grounded players take more damage while in the air, and also match game. Enemy shields are resistant to all unmatched elemental damage. Then, bringing up the rear, Catapult. Grenade recharge rate is greatly increased. Alright, well, let's start it up and see who we're going to down this week.
The House of Devils marked you as public enemy number 1 after you trashed their prime servitor, but your old friend
Sepet's perfected, my man, with match game. Nice. You know, with Catapult on, you shouldn't have too much trouble with those cannon captains, but they will be eating quite a bit of bullets. Warlock scatter grenades with energy drain should provide abundant grenades, so at least most non-cannon captains won't be much of a problem. Okay, so next we're checking out the Heroic Strike playlist and its modifiers. This week you can expect to see Epic's little brother Heroic enemies appear in great numbers and are more aggressive. Following that, we have Void Burn. Void damage from any source is greatly increased. Next, Berserk. Enemies won't flinch even after massive damage. And then finally, Small Arms. Primary weapon damage is favored. The Wretched Eye Strike should be pretty interesting with these modifiers on. An unflinching, void-throwing captain sounds like a good time, but Void Snipers should down him fairly quickly. Also, don't forget that the Heroic Strike playlist is the single source for your free Radiant treasure. Make sure you pick that up so you can rock out a sweet ornament and start saving up on that silver dust. I still don't know how I feel about the amount of silver dust and Days of Iron ornaments it takes to transform your armor. It makes buying it really the only option unless you want to wait a month or two. I don't know how I feel about that, but anyways, our next stop is to go see our boy Saladin at the Iron Temple. Rumor has it that Lady Aphrodite is going to be the next Iron Banner host. This is where that rumor comes from. I think it seems legit, so I guess we're going to have to wait and see. Alright, well, first up, let's go check out Shiro and see what's new over his way. Let's start with the Iron Lord bounties first. So, Together We Rise, complete public events in the Plaguelands. And remember, Archon's Forge counts as public events, and you'll be doing a lot of them as you're about to see. Next, we have Archon's Forge, Dregs, complete Dreg encounters in the Archon's Forge. You need to win 4 Dreg encounters to complete this. Next, Archon Forge Captains, complete Captain encounters in the Forge. You also need to win 4. And finally, more Archon's Forge. Yes, sir, Archon Forge Vandals, complete Vandal encounters in the Archon's Forge. And you guessed it, you need 4 wins here as well. That is a lot of Archon Forge playtime. A little too much if you ask me. Either way, team up with some people and I'm sure you're going to run into tons of guys out there in the beginning of the week trying to get these done. So finding people shouldn't be much of an issue. Next, let's take a look at class items. Now, last week, he only changed the Titan and the Warlock class items. This time, it's the other way around. So first, we have Warlock Bond, Scory's Iron Bond, by far my favorite Iron Banner Warlock Bond, and this was the original for the Iron Banner Bond in year 1. It's rocking Intellect Discipline, which is perfect. Next, just like the Warlock, we have the same Titan mark as last week, Jolder's Iron Sash, also one of the firsts from year 1, and it's pretty plain. Plain belt, but a nice long banner. This one is also Intellect Discipline. And finally, the Hunter changes out this week to the cloak I've been looking forward to since hearing that old Iron Banner capes were coming back, and this is the Mantle of Galeon. Intellect Discipline as well, and as you can see, it's a long cape, all white with the iron tree on it. A favorite of mine, and I'm so glad that they brought it back. Besides the Frumious cloak, which I still haven't been able to land, this is definitely my runner-up. Okay, so next we're checking out the Awoken Grandmother, Tyra. Again, same thing as last week, noble deeds in the Plague Lands. Not that hard, but she is selling some great artifacts this week. First up, we have a repeat, Memory of Timer. Melee attacks on minor minions have a chance to turn it friendly and fight alongside you for a short time. Next, the highly anticipated Memory of Rhadegast. Gain the ability to reflect energy-based projectiles when guarding with a sword. Also, increase sword ammo capacity. This is pretty awesome, and it will really come in handy with all the elemental cannons in the hard mode raid. Next, we have another awesome artifact, and just in time for Iron Banner, that is Memory of Galeon. Grants a detailed radar. Radar persists when sighting with primary weapons. This is pretty powerful, guys. Huge benefits in PvP, and this way you don't need to try and waste a slot on weapons for Third Eye. You can just go straight for DPS increase. Pretty awesome, and I'll be grabbing this one first. Well, after all those Archon Forge bounties, guys, I'm glad to see some awesome artifacts this week. So, moving on, the last stop we have this week that matters is back to the tower and over to our boy Shax. Now, everyone who plans to participate in this week's Iron Banner, be sure to grab the weekly bounty from Shax. The game type for this week's Iron Banner will be Supremacy, and you can totally complete this while you're doing your Iron Banner bounties. So, it's free XP and loot. Now, in order to max out your book, you need to rank up an Iron Banner 5 times to rank 5. It's not a one and done deal, so just a heads up. I would definitely try and at least get one of your characters to rank 5, and besides, they've increased XP gains in Iron Banner and lowered the amount of XP it takes to rank up, so that's one of the changes I talked about earlier. Supposedly, it's supposed to be quite easy to rank up all of your characters within a week. Besides that, think of all the loot. Now, Iron Banner will drop weapons and armor up to max light, so it's another great way to get all of those characters ready for the hard raid. Now, speaking of loot, I just wanted to point out that the Gunsmith still has his Wednesday weapons, and if you rank up with him, he can also drop weapons all the way up to the 380s. It's great infusion material and something cool to do while diving into all those forge bounties. Alright, well, in case anyone still uses their ghosts to gain free Planetarium Materials, I still plan to list who is taking what for all the factions. So all the Year 2 stuff and the not so relevant things, I'm going to be putting those at the end of my weekly reset video in case people are still curious. So for the PMATs, Dead Orbit is accepting Relic Iron, Future War Cult is taking Spirit Bloom, and New Monarchy is taking Wormspore. It's an easy way to rank up by turning in all of these free materials, and it happens just by picking up engrams. All you need to do, guys, set your ghost to Extractor, and you'll gain free planetary materials from just collecting engrams. Turn it in for rep, and when you have a bunch, boom, free stuff. Okay, so for the old stuff, we're going to head back to the Reef and the Dreadnought. Now for the Dreadnought, King's Fall Challenge Mode is back to the start, and the War Priest is calling for any takers. Also, the Tier 3 Court of Oryx boss is Balwer, and if you're struggling for artifacts or a class item, ranking up Erismorn through the Court of Oryx is a great way to grab either of those. They can all drop up to max light. So if you're struggling on trying to find class items or artifacts, that is a great way to try to get them. Next, we're going to stop by the Reef and check out Varix and Petra. Petra's bounties count for a lot of XP each, and ranking up with her only takes a few bounties and it's pretty easy. She also has a ton of armor you can get into, so it's not a bad idea. First up, we have the Wanted bounty, Take the Wanted. Kill Styrock, Banner of Oryx. Following that, we have kill 12 named or consumed Fallen Hive Cabal or Vex, and then finally kill 100 Taken. That's pretty easy. Next, don't forget to pick up your freebies from Varix. They will always come in handy. First up for the bounties, Riot Guard, kill champions in level 41 PoE or the challenge. Next, Deadshot, kill enemies with precision shots in level 41 PoE or the challenge. And then finally, we have Heavy Hitter, get 50 kills with a heavy weapon in the challenge or Prison of Elders. As for the bonus modifier this week, we have melee kills, and Varix is also another great way to get weapons and armor to rank up. His rank up packages will drop max light items, and his challenge card rewards will also drop items that can help your other characters rank up. So while a little old and a bit boring these days, it is a great way to level your characters. Alright Guardians, that's it. Another reset in the bag, and as always, I could not do this without you guys. If you want to stay in touch and up to date, follow me on Twitter at SlideNation or subscribe to me here on YouTube. Thanks for watching and cannot wait to see what happens next. Have fun in Iron Banner and keep an eye out for more vids coming out of my channel here very soon. But until then, This is your boy Sly. Done, gone, out.